House Kiss. Welcome to today's Big Brother Canada updates and spoilers. No House Kiss today, but we've got like a week left or so of spoilers, so if you guys want to be House Kiss of the Day this season, make sure you check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright, last night was crazy, so let's get started. Yesterday, Cass was campaigning to Kelsey in the HOH room, and she was like, alright Kelsey, I'm gonna level with you. I know that you don't trust me right now, and I totally get it, because last week was a little bit, when she got rid of Jared, but do you still have an open mind? Like, maybe we could talk this out. She's saying, like, if I go up on the block and Tim wins the veto, like, I'm definitely gonna go home against Joel. So Kelsey's like, well, I'm just basing my nominations on what happened last week. Remember when you got rid of Jared? Yeah. So then Cass pulls out a little nugget of information. She's like, yeah, so before the second HOH competition after the double eviction, I was in the pink room and Phil came in and was like throwing you under the bus to me. She said, yeah, Phil was throwing her under the bus to her and Tim. But we didn't see it because the feeds were not back on yet. This was, well, the feeds were down after the live show. So Kelsey's like, well, I want to confront the brothers about this. Like, what's that all about? So Cass is like, yeah, we'll do that. But let's talk to Tim first. So then Cass and Kelsey go to the hundo bedroom to talk to Tim. And Tim's like, here's what happened. The brothers, okay, early on in the game, you know how it was like Dallas's team versus Jared's team, and then there was that group in the middle? Tim says that the brothers were part of that middle group with them, meaning Tim himself and Cass, and some other people. And at the same time, the brothers were making deals with both sides, Dallas and Jared's sides, and just hiding behind the power every week, and they haven't been held accountable for anything. So Tim is like, before the second HOH competition, Phil came to us and was like, we're still good with the middle group, right? Like, middle group forever? What? Because he knew that the HOH competition was going to be the remaining members of the middle group and Kelsey. So, like, chances were that Kelsey was going to lose. So then they were like, so who are we going to get rid of next? Kelsey? And Phil's like, yeah. So Tim is like, I'm not telling you this to try and stay off the block, but the brothers are probably going to try and take you out soon, Kelsey, because they know that they can't beat you in the end. You've got a lot of friends in the jury. I don't think the brothers think that. I think the brothers think that they can beat anyone. But anyway, Kelsey is like, all right, well, I want to ask the brothers about this in front of everyone because she's going with this whole, like, open door policy this week. She's already had game chats with, like, the whole house present. She wants to keep it that way, so Tim's like, yeah, let's do it. If you don't want to bring it up, I'll bring it up. Like, whatever, let's do this. So everybody was at the table to eat, except for Joel. And they're like, all right, house game chat, let's do this. Let's do this. So then Kelsey's like, all right, I want to know about the conversation in the pink room that happened right before the second HOH competition. Did I just say HOH? Like, really weird. The second HOH. Nikki, we still love you. So the brothers are like, what conversation? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. So then Cass is like, listen, you guys, Phil, you came to me in the pink bedroom and you were like, oh, I always see the good in people. He's like, yes. And you said that you still love me. And they're like, yes. And you said you want to, like, make things good and, like, still work with me. And then they were like, no. And in less than a second, both brothers go from 0 to 60. They get so aggressive. And they're just like, we never said that. We said you're dead to us. And then Nicholas says, Cass, do you have an ass in your name because you have one on your butt and on your face and there's always shit coming out? Whoa! And you can see Tim's face is just like, whoa. Like, that was so uncalled for and, like, insane. And Tim and Cass are just like, Nick, you were not even there for this conversation, so I don't know what you're talking about. So then Phil and Nick are claiming that they were never part of the middle group, and they're saying, like, Cass, you're the biggest liar I've ever met in my entire effing life. And, oh, Tim, you twist everything, and I can't trust you, and blah, 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 blah. So they're, like, yelling and screaming and cursing like crazy, and Tim is like, listen, the problem is you guys keep trying to paint Cass as a liar when you're not squeaky clean yourselves. So then the brothers are like, what are we lying about? What lies have we told? So Tim's like, this fan almost just fell. So then Tim is like, you guys just freaking said that you were never part of the middle group, and that is BS. So then the brothers are like, alright, well, we thought we were part of the middle group, but we knew that we were at the bottom, and we would have been, like, the first ones out. That doesn't mean that you weren't part of the group. Are you kidding me? So they're trying to, like, skirt around that issue. The brothers are very yelly and aggressive during this whole thing. Tim and Cass are calm. They're just bringing up all their points. And the brothers are just yelling over them. It goes on for a long time, like at least half an hour of just like, blah! From the brothers and like, blah, 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 from Tim and Cass. And Kelsey just saying like, I just want to hear about the conversation in the pink room. So eventually Tim is like, you know what? You guys will not let us talk. Like, you're being ridiculous right now. I'm done with this. So then it kind of breaks up. So then Kelsey's talking to the brothers, and she's like, you guys need to calm down. Like, you were never in danger of going on the block this week. Like, just relax. So the brothers are like, Cass is a liar. She sucks. She's a liar. She's a freaking liar. And they're just like, I need a hug. I need a hug right now. So Kelsey's like, I know. I've gotten in fights with Cass before. I know she's a psychopath. Like, the brothers kept calling her a psychopath, sociopath, like, over and over again. So then Phil, like, a little while later, he keeps trying to get these jabs in. He keeps trying to, like, start stuff again with Cass and Tim. And Kelsey and Nicholas are like, Philip, just calm down. Calm down. It's not worth it. So then, a little while later, Kelsey and Joel are chatting in the storage room alone. And Joel is just like, Kelsey, I just want to let you know, like, I didn't want to participate in that whole thing before because you know how I get in confrontations, but I just wanted to talk to you one-on-one. He says, I was there for the conversation in the pink room, and he starts vouching for Tim and Cass. He's like, yes, Phil said those things. He said he was going to go after you. And Kelsey is like, all right, so, like, what would you do if you were in my position? So Joel's like, well, you know, the brothers have gone back and forth a number of times. A lot of the stuff that Tim and Cass were saying was true. Like, they've gone back and forth, and they're not held accountable for anything. So then Joel brings up how they were incredibly aggressive during that whole exchange, and usually when people get angry like that, when they're accused of things, it's, you know, they're lying. It's probably because they're lying. So she's like, okay, so what should I do? So Joel suggests putting up the brothers against Tim or Cass. He's like, don't put up Tim and Cass. Put up the brothers with one of them. So then Kelsey's like, yeah, I think I still want to put up Tim and Cass. You know, the brothers didn't put me up last time. I want to show some loyalty to them, give back to them, so I don't think I'm going to put them up. I'm pretty sure Kelsey was just talking to Joel and asking him, like, what would you do to gather information and to see where Joel stands. But anyway, then she's like, okay, POV-wise, like, what are you thinking? So Joel's like, well, I figure you don't want me to use it if I win, right? And Kelsey's like, yeah, that'd be awesome. So Joel's like, okay, I won't use it. I'm pretty sure Joel will use it. Alright, so then Kelsey and the brothers are chatting up in the HOH a little while later last night, and they were talking about how Joel definitely seems to be working with Tim and Cass. And Kelsey is definitely more convinced of this than the brothers. So she's just like, I talked to Joel earlier in the pantry, and he said that you guys should go up on the block. So then Kelsey's like, Joel is freaking sitting pretty right now. He's cool with Tim and Cass. He's not our target. That's your own fault. I love when people say, like, oh, they're sitting pretty, but, like, you could go after them, you know? So then Cass comes in while those three are talking. She's just like, oh, sorry, did I interrupt? And they're just like... So then Cass apologizes for the blow-up earlier. Phil is just like, I'm out of here. I don't want to be in the same room with you. So he leaves. Cass is asking Nick if they can still be friends after the show. And you would think he'd be like, oh, yeah, like, it's just a game. It's fine, whatever. But Nick's just like, I don't think so. I don't think that's going to work. Oh, my God. So then, after that, Nick asks Cass if she can move out of her bedroom so that the brothers can sleep in the same room and be in a different room than Cass, and she'll sleep in Tim's room. Are you serious? And Cass agrees to it. Oh my god, this is crazy. So then, a little while later, they had nominations, and as expected, Kelsey put up Tim and Cass. Alright, so after that was out of the way, it was a pretty calm night after that. Kelsey and Cass had a girl chat in the HOH. They were talking about, like, personal stuff, and then also a little bit of game, but it was mostly, like, recounting things that have happened in the game, not really, like, moving forward. So this morning, Cass was talking to Joel, and she's just like, I want to let you know, Kelsey told me last night that she definitely has a Final 2 deal with the brothers. So Joel was like, yeah, that definitely shows me where I stand with them, because they're always like, oh, it's us and you, but now he knows for sure. Apparently, Cass also gave some information to Kelsey last night, and she told her that she's been working with Joel since the beginning, and Tim joined on later in week 2. So, I mean, the other side knew about their alliance. I'm not sure exactly how it came out, but they knew the name Freak Show, so I don't know what that's all about. But there's been a lot of studying today. This is a really important power veto competition. So Kelsey and the brothers were chatting. She's been with the brothers, like, a lot since she won HOH. So she's like, all right, here's my plan. This is totally a deja vu moment. She's like, I want you to go talk to Joel and promise him Final 2. And she's like, obviously I know you guys want to go to Final 2 with me, but just lie to him. So this is so like when she was telling Jared to promise Cass Final 2, and the brothers are like, yeah, we'll definitely do it, and Phil's like, this is going to be my only lie in the game. Stop! Just stop. It's not even funny. No, it is, but stop. So then she's like, also tell Joel that, like, Tim and Cass are going to take each other to the end, so he's going to be, like, third in that group, so, like, they're trying to get Joel, but I don't think it's going to work. So then Joel had separate conversations with Cass and Tim, and he asked them, like, if we have the opportunity where you can throw the POV competition to me, can you do it? Because that's really the only way that we can ensure that the brothers will be going up on the block and then we can get rid of them. So they both agree to it, and I do think that Joel would keep his word and use the veto on Cass, and then the brothers would go up and out, and it would be crazy. So then the feeds went down this afternoon for the Power Veto competition. We're still waiting for the results. It's such an important veto. But let me know in the comments, guys, who you're rooting for, and we'll have that for you tomorrow. And until then, much love.